1. The birth certificate is a bonded instrument. The birth certificate is not just a record of birth, but a financial instrument tied to the Crown Corporation. It securitizes a child's life into a legal fiction, making them a corporate entity rather than a living being. This fraudulent conversion is done without consent, violating natural law and divine law. 2. Legal names are Crown copyrighted. The legal name is owned by the Crown Corporation, meaning anyone using it without permission is committing fraud. This is why courts always require a legal name, because they assume jurisdiction over a dead entity, not a living soul. 3. Roman Curia and dead entities. The legal system is based on Roman Curia law, which governs the dead. Anyone who claims a legal name unknowingly places themselves under necromantic jurisdiction, surrendering their living rights. 4. Birth registration is enslavement. Historically, slaves were given names by their owners to mark ownership. The birth registration system does the same, branding individuals as Crown property from birth. 5. The mark of the beast. The legal name fraud fulfills biblical prophecy regarding the mark of the beast, Revelation 13:17. It is the name number system that forces participation in the Babylonian legal and financial matrix. 6. Admiralty law governs legal names. Legal names exist within the jurisdiction of Admiralty maritime law, where all commerce and legal transactions occur. Under this system, the legal name represents a vessel lost at sea, presumed dead, until someone claims it. 7. The fraud of persona. In Latin, persona means mask. The legal name is a false identity imposed on a living soul, creating a deceptive persona that the state controls. 8. All legal systems are based on deception. Courts, banks, and government agencies operate under the presumption that people knowingly consent to using the legal name, which they do not. The fraud is maintained through ignorance. 9. The papal bulls of ownership. The Vatican issued historical papal bulls, Unam Sanctum, 1302, declaring ownership of all souls through legal fictions. The legal name system is an extension of this false claim. 10. Consent must be knowing. For a contract to be valid, consent must be knowing, willing, and intentional. No baby consents to their birth certificate registration, making all legal name use fraudulent under contract law. 11. Statutes are not laws. Statutes and acts apply only to legal fictions, not to living beings. The legal name traps individuals into statutory jurisdiction, where statutes are enforced as if they were laws. 12. A name is not identity. In the Bible, names were given by God, not by governments. Using a legal name means accepting a false identity given by Babylon, rather than the true divine identity. 13. Legal name equals dead entity. The legal system operates on the principle that all legal names belong to the dead, corporations, trusts, estates. Living souls are tricked into identifying with the dead, surrendering their divine inheritance. 14. Legal name fraud voids all contracts. Any contract signed using a legal name is fraudulent because it was done under false pretenses. This applies to loans, court summons, taxes, and all legal agreements. 15. Judges act as executors over the dead. In court, judges oversee cases involving legal names, meaning they are dealing with dead entities, not living people. This is why they must confirm name identity before proceeding. 16. Government issues titles, not ownership. Just as car registration means you don't own your vehicle, the birth certificate means you don't own yourself. The Crown holds the true title. 17. The name is the first fraudulent contract. The first and most binding contract is the birth certificate. It tricks parents into handing over their child's natural rights in exchange for state benefits. 18. Judicial immunity relies on legal names. Judges and officials can only act against legal names. If no legal name is used, their authority disappears. 19. Your signature enslaves you. Signing anything with a legal name reaffirms consent to fraud. Without disclosure of legal name fraud, all contracts are invalid. 20. Debt slavery through legal name use. The legal name is tied to national debt. The name is tied to government national to borrow money using legal names as collateral, making everyone a debt slave. 21. Vatican trusts hold legal name titles. The Sestuique Act of 1666 declared all lost souls as property of the Crown. The legal name keeps individuals trapped in these trusts.